I'm doing this because of 12 million Somalis who are suffering, who have suffered since 1990. I'm doing this also for my children, for their grandchildren. And I'm also doing this for myself. I'm tired of being in the diaspora, being displaced. I want to go back. I think 25 years is a long time.
You were quoted as saying, you know you're going into a boxing match even though your hands are tied behind your back. What did you mean when you said that?
I mean, being a woman, particularly a woman who has lived in the diaspora for 25 years and who is not counted by the clan, I'm going to be contesting against men. And this is a men's arena, as I am told. So, yes, my hands are tied in that
When you
case.
say as you're told, it's not just in politics in Somalia. The whole country is male-dominated. There is huge, Human Rights Watch, I read this morning, huge incidents of sexual violence against women, rape and those sort. You are entering a stacked deck, to say the least, are you not?
I am, but that doesn't stop me from what I'm doing, because I believe unless we challenge the status quo, this is going to continue forever.
Aren't you scared? I mean, I hesitate to say what I'm about to say, but I think it's fair. You're almost as likely to be killed in this race as you are to be elected. This is really serious business, no?
It is. I have actually thought about this. This year has been a time for me to reflect and to think about this. I have died 4 times. A Somali woman dies when she's born. If she survives that, she's okay. She dies when she's mutilated. If she survives that, she's fine. She dies the 3rd time on her wedding night, and the 4th time when she has her first child. If she survives all of that, nothing can touch her. I have been through all of that. I'm not scared of death. It's not the end. It's the beginning.
Tell us in a minute or two, if you can, your family's background, about your parents, about your upbringing. Give us a little background, please.
My mother was an illiterate nomad. My father was a runaway slave. And both of them were illiterate. My mother was a brilliant mathematician. My father was a linguist, although they didn't write.
You were the 12th child, were you not?
I was the one who really survived. So my mother had other children before she left Somalia. So I was her child, the first one to survive. That is why my second name is Deho. It means the sufficient. And being the sufficient, it means I'm also blessed.
What do you think, assuming that you were successful and you happen to be elected here, what do you hope to be able to do? There's so much, as I said at the beginning, from famine to sectarian violence, and we've read about a lot of this here. What can one person do to change a country that's in such internal turmoil?
One person can't do a lot. That's why all of us will have to do it. 4 years is a short time to do all the things that you said. There are a lot of needs, but we have to prioritize. My focus is on security and economic development. And if we can do that in 4 years, as I think we will, and we will do that, then I think that is enough.
Can I add a third thing to that list? I assume peace would also be on that list. Young people in your country have never known anything except war. That's true, is it not?
It's true. 85% of the Somali population are actually comprised of under the age of 35. And so, yes, sustainable peace is very important. That is part of security. And without security and without economic development, you can't have sustainable peace.
What's the role of, assuming that this happens, how do you see the role of Western governments like ours? There's been, obviously, a colonization period that I assume you and many of your fellow Somalians are not so crazy about. What's the future of the West in your country?
I believe Somalia is a sovereign country. It should continue being a sovereign country. What that means is that we don't want Western governments meddling in Somali affairs. Of course, they can give us advice, they can provide us with the technical assistance that we need, but ultimately the solution lies with us, and we want us to solve our own problems.
They're meddling now, are they not? I mean, this is UN-supported government, is it not?
It is, and that is why I'm saying, as a sovereign country, if we really want to get sustainable peace, it means you leave the people to do that.
Do you think you can do this? I just met 2 of your children. I know you have 4. I know you're doing this in part for them. And is this a fool's errand, or is this something you think is real?
I can do this. My life is an example of that. look at where I came from, look where I am. Anything is possible. And as a person who has done a lot, I really do believe I can make a difference in the lives of Somalis.
I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I would not bet against you. Fadumo Dayib, good luck in your election. Please stay in touch with us.